Hello, welcome to this review of,
You left your glass over there.
yeah, I'll get it, Ballantine's Finest Blended Scotch Whiskey. But you didn't think it was the finest, so I've never had this. I know it's been on the market a long time.
Thanks for going ahead and giving my grade as soon as we start the video.
No, I mean, we were talking off air and you were remarking that you
Let's go into the video.
totally impressed. All right, I have an acquaintance that said he didn't care for it. So it's a company that's been around since 1827. It's from Scotland. There's a whole line of Ballantines. Some are inexpensive like this, the base model. And there's some that will be $200 or $300 a bottle, you know. So it's 40% alcohol. It's this is a 2016 bottle from September 15th. I believe you bought this at Total Wine. George Ballantine and Son Limited, Dumbarton, Scotland. It has a fancy and an interesting squared off bottle. It's a blended scotch, which means it's about 80% grain alcohol.
I think they make those bottles in that shape to ship.
Yeah, they fit together better.
Right. Yeah.
Save space.
Right. So we're gonna go ahead and try this right now.
I've never had this in my life. It's got a
It's
built-in
got that-
pourer.
It's got that European thing on there, like the other one.
Built-in pourer.
Yeah.
I do plan to buy Ballantine. Mathern's has it. Total Wine has it. I think it is a Chivas Brothers. Yeah, good idea. Put the cap back on.
Right. Worst case scenario.
If it fall
if
over.
It falls, it bounces.
I think.
Falls with the cap off, you lose it.
I think Ballantine's is definitely not an independent company anymore. I think it's owned by Chivas Brothers.
So the appearance of it is light colored,
Gold. Straw.
light gold straw, yeah. Like any whiskey you would get.
Typical whiskey, yeah.
Yeah, I would call it Scottish whiskey.
Yeah.
They call it Scotch.
Yeah, it's a Scotch whiskey, you know. Blended.
It does
Mostly.
have. You can smell the peat. There is this like candy note of Scotch, like you get those little Scotch candies. They call them little Scotch note candies. You ever had those? They're yellow.
Oh yeah, the butterscotch.
Butterscotch, yeah. You definitely smell the alcohol in it.
Butterscotch. I hadn't thought of that. Okay, so 40%. That's typical 80 proof type thing.
Yeah, I'm not really getting a whole lot of earthiness off of this.
I'm picking up some grain whiskey, like grain, corn. Like you said, peat from single malt. I don't know who their single malt distillery is, but it's probably a big
It
company.
does smell pretty good. It is a good blend on the nose. So I'm going to go ahead and taste it and see what this is all about.
Yeah.
Oh, it has that earthiness that I wasn't getting the first time I tasted this. There's an earthiness coming off of this, meaning that there's this kind of openness that's happening. There's a grain note. It's almost like you taste it and it's coming about. There's some heat. You can feel it. It's a little hot. The butterscotch note is not on the palate at all, but it's definitely some peat.
Little bit of peat, a lot of corn whiskey, like a column still grain whiskey. There's some single malt, which is giving it some breadiness. Now, to be fair, this is their base model, and then they've got some much more expensive ones, like I was saying earlier, which I'll probably never get to. But
I could see how this would be really good on a higher level.
1827, so they've been around almost 200 years. It's smooth, it's easy going, it's not harsh. I mean, it's not like super deluxe, fancy, incredible, but
I want to put a sliver of ice in this. just a sliver.
Okay.
I know a lot of people frown upon the sliver of ice, saying, "Oh, you should do a drop of water," but I'm not a fan of that.
Right. I'm thinking along the lines of some other base model scotch, blended scotch, like Johnny Walker Red, Cuddy Sark, what's that other one we... What's that other main line? I would say Buchanan's, but Buchanan's a little elevated, you know. It's a
Yeah,
little bit higher.
Buchanan's is kind of up there. All right, I got just some slivers, some clear ice. Put in this, not a whole lot. I know it's going to change the temperature on the purists, so I'm not going to be happy with this, but to each their own. It just has. I can smell the graininess. It does open it a little bit.
Yeah, the cereal grain is sort of like cornflakes.
Yeah, I can taste it now. The grain's just kind of, it's just a thud, kind of on the palate. It's there, but it's just kind of thudding out, if you know what I mean. So if you taste it and it's just kind of gone. Butterscotch is kind of going away a little bit.
I still think there's a little honey note. You know, like just regular old honey. I don't mean like clover honey, just like standard honey.
Could be transferred with bees, going back and forth between grains. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, it's kind of basic. Like you get a little dough, bread dough, get the grain from, like I said, cornflakes.
I think that honey, I'm not getting that. I'm getting kind of like the waxiness. I'm not really getting honey.
Like a beeswax.
Yeah.
I like this product. I think I'll just be searching around for the cheapest vessel I can get per ounce. But I think it'll, oh yeah, I was thinking of Dewar's. I think it'll pair well with Dewar's white label in taste challenges with the Johnny Walker Red. But I think Johnny Walker Red has a little bit more smokiness. With the, maybe some of the other like lesser light scotches that I have, like that, you know, over there. Anyway, 100 Pipers. Anyway, which is actually pretty popular in India. The thing that really comes to the fore on this one, I notice, is the sugary sweetness. I mean, it's really remarkably sugary sweet, but it's not offensive or harsh or
Sugar sweet.
abrasive. Yeah, like you know, if you have honey in a bottle and it gets cold and then it'll start to crystallize. Mm-hmm. You ever notice honey will start crystallizing? Mm-hmm. Something like that. It becomes like a sugar product. So I like it. Let's see, score.
Just like swish it.
Yeah, like mouthwash. Has a little compost, peatiness. I think it's a credible product. It's a classic. Been on the market for nearly 200 years. Well, at least the company. I don't know about this particular brand, but I like it. I think initially I was a little caught off guard doing this, but I think initially I would feel comfortable scoring this. I think an 87, a B. I think it's a good product. I think if I rest on it, think on it, and drink on it after I buy my bottle, the price might, the score might go higher. But yeah, I think a B is a good score.
This is a blended one, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's one of the classic blended Scotch whiskeys. Yeah, it's not a single malt.
So with that said, I've got to judge this against other blends. Johnny Walker blend.
The red label.
Even a white label is a blend. Is it Glen something or other? Not Fittich. There's a couple of the blends out there.
Oh yeah, well there's a million. Clan McGregor. There's
yeah.
Dewar's.
I gotta give it a higher than Giant Walker. I gotta give it like an 85. I'm not a huge blended fan, but I'm always willing to try them to see if one of them is remarkable. This one's just kind of middle of the road. Slightly higher than middle of the road. So it's got some sweetness to it. There's this butterscotch note that I've only gotten from one other single, and it's this one. I've gotten a butterscotch off.
Wow,
Of
now
this one before.
that's going out on a limb. Ardbeg.
Yeah, this one actually. This is a 10-year Islay.
Isla, yeah.
Pardon me. And it does have that butterscotch note to it in the inside. And I don't know if that's transferring over to this one. But this one does not have it. And this one is straight up. This will kill. This will wreck your palate. So.
I like for my palate to be wrecked.
Yeah, so that's where I am with scotches. This one's it's what and what. So it's not bad. It's not great. I'd say it's good. Scotch.
85 is
better.
good. Good.
Yeah, if I see this again and I had to choose between other blends, I'd probably gravitate toward this. So if you see it, I'd go ahead and pick it up too. I mean, it's well put together. It's not bad. It's just not really great.
Now, one important question: how do you think the ice affected it? I mean, did it improve it, deteriorate it, or made no real difference?
It opened up the grain. And it took away the butterscotch flavor.
So it helped it.
I think so.
Well, there you go. Ballantine. It's been on the market for almost 200 years, and so I intend to buy my own bottle, but I'll probably end up buying the handle. So, but anyway, so lazily.
I plan on bringing mine by for a refill.
Wow. So we're gonna end this review by saying, y'all go to Scotland, if that's possible. Go to Scotland and take a tour of whatever they offer.
And drink better scotch.
Drink better scotch, like that one the Ardbeg 10.